Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Lisa, and today I'm going to show you a fun little project that I recently saw on a channel called True Joy Home and Studio. I will link the video below. She did these, and I thought they were very cool because what they basically look like they're magic. They are index cards onto a scrapbook piece of paper with the tab on there, and you can barely tell. But the tab is a separate piece of paper cut from one of these, but because you're using a tinier print, you can't really tell that that is on top of there because it blends in like matching wallpaper together, you know? So I made a few up front. I made some with index card reversed, a piece of other scrapbook paper that kind of looks like index card, and then I put the index card on the back. Since these are, well, not that one, single-sided, they are white on the back, so not only could you stick it in a pocket and journal on this side and journal on this side, or if you wanted to, if you did it plain like this, you could decorate on the front. This is, as you can tell, there is a tab there. Can't tell as much there. I did antique linen. Yeah, antique linen on this, and kind of scuffed it up a little bit so it looks a little bit more weathered for that. But yeah, lots of options, and I'm going to do it slightly different than she did because, you know, that's how I roll. Get inspired by something and do a little twist on it. So let me show you how truly easy this is. All right. Got to find a place to put these on. Okay. All right, so like I said, they're going to come from index cards. So I am using, and I'm pretty sure she used 4x6 index cards also. In her video, she cut them down smaller, and I know cut the bottom off, and I don't, sorry to say, remember what size she did. But I am just going to use the full-blown thing and cut it directly in half, the 4x6 down to 4x3, and use the whole card. So I have no waste on that. So then you're going to find some scrapbook paper that you want to use that has tiny prints. So like I said, this has dots on it. This has circles, and I think then I pulled this one, which is a Tim Holtz, which has got the grid on the back and these fun rulers on this side. So I think this is going to be a fun one to do. But I'm going to show you on the white paper ones first. Okay, so for these, we are going to cut a square that is slightly bigger than this. So this is 4x3. This is going to be 4.5 by 3.5. Simple, right? Just a half an inch bigger. Half inch bigger leaves a 1/4 inch border around the rest. So we're just going to take this one, and since the pattern really goes any way we want to, I'm going to do the 3.5. 3.5 by 4.5. They don't make even squares. I'm sure I could probably figure out a way to make even squares, and that's maybe what she did, is make them even so that these then get cut a little shorter. But I'm fine with doing that because then this becomes what I can cut the tab out of. All right, so I got that one. All right, and I have that one, so there's my 4.5 by 3.5. There's my 4.5, and I did round them because, you know me, I like to round stuff. Oh, I think I did the middle one. Yeah, I don't know. I'm doing the middle of this smaller one I have. I don't know if my big one's getting dull, or it's just the fact that this is just such thin scrapbooking paper that it's easier to do. All right, let me see if I can do two. I did round the index cards as well. And if you want to ink them, go ahead and do that ahead of time before we glue them on. All right, so I'm not going to glue on the tabs or index cards until I get the tabs cut. Let me get these out of the way. All right, so what she used was this tab, but I think about it in the second one, I'm going to use the whale tail and see how that works. So let's open this up. These punches, I got them I'm not sure. I think I got them at Temu, but I think I have seen them on Amazon also. If I get a chance, I'll link it down there. All right, so they are, you have to have them folded because up here doesn't cut, so that becomes the fold of a tab. So you just need to put it all the way up there and cut it. All right, I found if it's a smaller print, you have an easier chance to make it fit. If it's a little bit of a larger print like this, sometimes you have to shimmy it a little bit to get it to match. All right, so this is gonna go, and we are just gonna find, it's hard to tell, but you can see on the bottom of this, there's just like half circles. So if I go along and I shift it to where the half circle is and make it go, it's kind of hard to do it in midair, then it's going to blend in a little bit. Okay, so I'm gonna put first, whoa, I'm gonna put some glue on the front here. Actually, you know what, I'm not gonna do that because you know how fast that sticks. I'm gonna use my stick glue. So I got half a second. I did these prototypes yesterday, so I probably forgot I did that. All right. So we're gonna just put some glue on there, and we are gonna find a spot that this looks like it will go and make more circles. Not too bad. Hopefully you can see that. Circles match down there, and then once you do that, I must have some orange ink somewhere. Not sure where. I'm gonna glue the rest of the tab down. Somewhere there's some ink lying around. I had this on some stuff, so I don't know. If I want to cover it up, I can. All right, so this side is gonna go here. And I'm trying to do my best to center it, and if I put it right up to that line, it really does help camouflage it too. And again, if you wanted to ink this, do it before you glue. If you wanted to do the antique linen to make it a little bit darker, do that beforehand too. But let's glue this down. So I mean, how truly simple are these? But yeah, it's so effective. They're, like I said, they're like magic. Because when you first look at them, you think it's like, how did you cut the square with that little tab up there? And there are ways with the tab machine to do, but try to get that straight. The dots are helping me get it straight. There we go. Cute, right? And again, I probably, since I got ink on it, I might go ahead and throw some paper on the back, or maybe I'll get my, this would probably go really well with my rainbow journal. I could probably get my oxides and paper, color them like I did those papers, those reverse papers, and make it pretty. Yeah, like it. Okay, so let's see how the whale tail tab goes. All right, so again, we have to fold it enough for this to work. It's a little bit taller, so a little bit more room to match it up. And let's see. A couple of them I ended up reversing them because they matched better going the other way, because the bottom of the sheet matched taller, higher. So it really just, well, that goes right there. Look at that, beautiful. Okay, so once again, we're gonna put a little bit of glue on the front tab so that I can match it up and slide it. Not too bad, just a little off. Whoops, now it's way off. And I know some people really don't get that particular about those. So if you're the kind that really doesn't care, then this might not be the job for you. But if you're someone that likes to match things, this is going to be your jam. Like, oh, pretty, how perfect. Okay, I'm not going to ink this one. I'm just going to put that on there. And, well, I guess it doesn't matter that it's a whale tail because it looks like the top. So I guess it really was not the most, I guess you see the whale tail in back though. So I guess if you want to see it in the back, you can. Now, if we just wanted to, again, put the index card back here to do and decorate that, you still have that beautiful matching. We could do that. So I'm going to glue this on the back just for funsies. There's a lot of glue right there. Just doing my best to keep all four sides about the same border on each side. I could have put it lower if I wanted to see that whale tail a little bit more, or if I knew I was going to put this on back, I would wait to put the whale tail on top of there. So again, options to do that. So now this I can decorate with, you know, whatever I see fit. Wrap it, you know, put some stuff on there. Just have that sitting there. That's just cut out from that circles video. Might be fun to. It's amazing the stuff you kind of got laying around your desk, isn't it? It would definitely go with it. Fun with circles. I like it, and I'm gonna glue it down and then find a label or something else to put on there. Not planned, but this is what happens when you don't fully put everything away and just put it to the side. All right, so which way does the flower go? Leaves going up. Whoops. There we go. Okay, you're gonna go right to about there. These are a bit thicker paper. Hopefully this stick glue is gonna work for it. And I didn't need the art glitter glue, but well, there's another fun with circle idea. If you haven't seen that video, if I think about it, I'll attach it down. But these were cutoffs from what was left over, the fun with circles video. Like, what else do I got laying around here? No. Oh, I'm going to add that. Covers the seam up a little bit. And it's got the orange in it. And some pink. Yeah, so I'll put some sort of label there. Probably not a flower. Some sort of ticket. I think you blend a little too much. I like that. I'm going to put it down there and maybe find some washi tape at some point. But I think this is the last thing I'm going to put on here because I do want to make that one with the two-sided with the rulers, because I think that's going to be a fun one. Yeah, cute. Definitely some words or numbers up there, and that'll be good. That will be good. As I see this laying here, item number. Stop Stop. Oh, I'm telling you, I got some stuff laying around. All right, let's get that out of the way, and let's cut the, this is from the Tim Holtz, I think correspondence, but I thought that'd be perfect because I can get a tab off of that side and go from there. So we need, I'm gonna cut this down to the 3.5 because it's gonna be more tall. And yep, because the rulers go up and down mostly. 3.5 by 4.5. And I think I'm gonna do the bigger rounder on this one. I do have the index card that is pre-cut. Let's round this corner. Let's see if I can cut two at once, a little bit thicker. Not totally thick or totally thin, but thin enough that the bigger one just likes to bend instead of cut at this point. Probably just need to run some not wax paper, aluminum foil in there. That's one of those hints that you sharpen something. Put some aluminum foil in there or some thinner sandpaper. Okay, so I'm thinking because this is really kind of, this is gonna look too bold on here. I think I'm gonna, but actually, do I need to put an index card on here or do I just wanna do the tab? We're going to cut the tab out of there. I don't think I'm going to get a separate one. All right, so since this one is pretty well easy to figure out, the only line that I have to worry about too much is that darker line. So if I want the tab more to go on this side, I can put it over here. Which I think I do. All right, we are gonna ink the tab just because it's a little more grungy. And ink the card a little bit just to add to that. All right, let's add some glue. I want it to go that way, so let's put the glue. All right, the darker blue line. All right, so we have a couple crosshairs to go by. We got the sideways one and the up and down one. Not too shabby. All right, let's put the glue on the other side. And fold her down. Yeah, so that makes a nice even back. That has a fun front. Decorate that. All right, so if I wanted to add, say I just don't want to cover that up, but if I wanted to add that to this side, I get to use the, like I said, the antique linen to grungy it up a little bit, but I don't think I'm going to. I'm going to put that to the side and just leave that as a happy little hidden tag. I don't mind it. But yeah, the real purpose of those were to put the index cards on there and make a whole bunch of things to stick into pockets. So, like I said, quick and easy, right? index card, reverse side index card, index with antique linen, just fun. Green dots, very cheerful. Needs to put something on the back. This one I put the index card on the back, decorated the front, and this one we just made fun. Not that putting a tab on top is anything new, but like I said, matching it up, definitely some fun stuff to do. All right, that is going to be it for me today. That was nice and quick and easy, but I did definitely want to show you that. And again, you can check out True Joy Home and Studio. I'll put the link below and see what she's got. All right, well, that is going to be it for me today. I appreciate each and every one of you that has stopped by today. And as usual, I hope you all have a wonderful and creative day. Bye now.